Everybody, it's Brian Shannon from alphatrends.net. Today is Friday, the 8th of September, 2017. We lost a little bit of ground for equities over the course of this week, but they were pretty small losses. The Russell, which has been the weakest all year, lost a percentage point. But year to date, we still have great gains for equities. So let's take a look at the action on the charts. The S&P 500, I had pointed out, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday rather, that the volume weighted average price week to date was starting to show signs of holding a support and that we wanted to see that hold. Well, it did hold on a closing basis, and that's also where we see the volume weighted average price from the North Korean gap down. So this level right in here, which is also the trend line from that low, is telling us that right now the market is just digesting gains a little bit in here sideways, but overall on the daily time frame we remain in a strong uptrend, just again consolidating more through time than anything. If we were to break down below 246, well, 240, let's redefine that. Below 245 and a half to 245, I think that would be a reason for bigger concern. But right now, we just have to look at the market going into next week as a little bit cautious. The Nasdaq did perform a little bit worse. That is, it broke below and held below the volume weighted average price for the week, as well as since the North Korean missile launch. So right now we have to look at this market with a declining 5-day moving average as more guilty till proven innocent on the intermediate term, and the next potential area of support will be found at this prior resistance, which is also approximately where we had found support a week and a half ago, and where we have the volume weighted average price off of the August low. So this market is still constructive, I think. We've got a rising 10, 20, and 50-day moving average. We're experiencing a little bit of a pullback, but still in an overall uptrend. The Russell 2000 continues to be kind of just really a waste of time all year. We're having trouble at that declining 50-day moving average, and when we look at a 30-minute time frame, we held just barely on a closing basis the volume weighted average price since the Korean event, so that's good to see that we held it. That is, and I think that next week now we want to see that the volume weighted average price off of the August lows does in fact hold for this market. That'll show further signs of constructive action, and this is important. The 138.50 level. If we break below that, then I think then you've got a quick move down, probably towards that 137.50 area. Semiconductors lost a little bit of ground here as well, and you can see when they broke the volume weighted average price since Korea and week to date, the selling picked up a little bit. Now it looks like we're perhaps headed for a test rather of the August 21st low, the volume weighted average price from that level, that is. And again, it's still in a primary uptrend. It's tough to look at this chart and see something bearish. So remain cautiously optimistic in all of these markets, and especially the biotechs, which continue to behave very well. As you know, we were turned positive and actually got long as we got back up above the volume weighted average price off the peak over here, and that has provided for a real good holding opportunity still in the biotechs. As I've been telling subscribers that we took some of our position off, but right now I'm suggesting actually two stops, one below this level and one below here. It may seem like it's splitting hairs, but that's the way I like to manage risk, and I always encourage people to do what's comfortable for them. I am not here to tell anyone what to do. For anyone, by the way, who is in the path of the storm, good luck to you. I had mentioned some stocks that we were looking at as hurricane stocks. I did end up saying that no longer was I interested in Deere. Generac, we got out of this one actually on Thursday for a couple reasons. One, because it was extended, and two, it got an upgrade. And I was looking at it and saying to subscribers that after we got involved at 38.40 over here, that it's time to get out when you see that type of rally, 6 points, and then it gets an upgrade. Apparently analysts don't have to learn where has it come from before upgrading a stock, and that was just a beautiful time to exit that position. I think that Generac is most likely going to be in play for a while, similar to the way it was after Sandy. This is where Sandy, kind of kicked this stock off. And, the stock came up to a prior level of resistance. It backed off. It was getting extended. So this will be one that we continue to look at for Alpha Trend subscribers. Just to update as well, I had spoken about Netflix, and this is one that I had spoken about actually on JC's show, All Star Charts, that we were getting long as it got back above the volume weighted average price from this peak right here. Well, today we got stopped out of the balance of that at 177.05. We're still long some shares of Amgen though, and this one we got involved in at 171.80 on this day right here. And those are I guess I had also mentioned golf as a short sale candidate earlier in the week on Twitter, and what we had done was we had taken a third of it off right here at $16 a share, and then we got stopped out of the balance at $16.25. So we ended up making money on every single share that we shorted, and that's the way we like to manage risk. Cars is another one that I think I mentioned this one on Twitter because it has a real big short position. If you look at it, 23 million shares short. This is the volume weighted average price since the company came public, and it's been a nice move here. We've got a lot of shorts that are losing money in it. We got involved in this one at $26.17 on this day, and we've got a third of our position left. Our stop is currently below today's low. So these are the types of stocks we look at all the time. We're also involved in XXII as of today. And anyways, that's going to do it for today. Well, actually, we got short Dunkin' Donuts again. But that's going to do it. Again, hope everyone stays safe this weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you.